Is it warm?
Hmm.
Okay, cool. Hello, peoples. Hello, Periscopers. I am Tina Dixon of Jaded Designs, and I'm a full service fashion consultant. I also speak and teach motivational speaker for teen young girls who are normally considered trouble, and I show them how to create the life that they want via sewing lessons and becoming a stylist. Um, yeah, and right now I want to do a quick scope on creating and then creating something from nothing. I'm a stylist that truly believes that if you dress how you feel, or if you dress and use the things that you like, whether it's black pumps or just colorful leggings when you work out, like if you dress in the things that you really, really like, you're more likely to enjoy it while you're wearing it. And the reason why some people don't enjoy their clothes is because of fit, color, size, things like that. Because let's face it, sometimes your size in mass media or in mass retail stores, they don't offer sizes and style up to certain points or below certain points. After about a size 14, 16, it's really hard to find really beautiful clothes that look just as great in a 22 or 26 as it does in a size 8. And that's because it costs more to make sizes that are bigger. So, what I did was I started making my own clothes. My thing with consulting women entrepreneurs was I would consult them on finding brands that design specifically for them. So if you are a pear shape or an apple shape or an hourglass shape, based on your shape, there are designers who design, who will create something custom for you, and they're the ones that are selling in stores now that offer for specific types. And sometimes your body shape is not a part of that. So I started sewing my own clothes, and this is an example of a dress that I sewed a few years ago, and it's very asymmetrical. And the collection it was a part of was like a very female. It's like a female warrior collection that I did, and this is wool crepe, and this is different types of wool. I want to say this was canvas, and I did this for a collection in school. And it's a fitted silhouette, but I did the different lines to move the eye away from, like I wanted it to be kind of blousy and still have like a certain fit. It looks really great with pumps, so I might be readjusting the fit because when I first made this, I was probably a 16. Well, now I'm a 2-4 size, so I'm gonna have to come in and adjust here. I'm gonna have to adjust the neckline, and like it's some small fit things like this doesn't really fit, so I'm gonna rework this. I spent so much time saying about what I didn't like about the industry, about sewing for other people, and all the things that I didn't like about the business of fashion. And I went to school and I learned how to sew, and I started from the ground up. I was the oldest person in the classes that had never touched a sewing machine. I was at least 26 before I even learned to sew, and that for me was like beginning to be a hindrance. And I was like, well, I can't sew because I'm older, and everybody else in here was been sewing, and that was an excuse. That was truly an excuse because I still learned. I still learned how to make my own patterns, and I had all these skills, but I didn't have a specific thing that I wanted to apply it to. So learning and knowing like this would be so cool to wear to a cos. I would want to wear this to like a cos and do something with cosplay. That's something I really, really enjoy. So it was an issue of wanting to niche down and whether to do like theatrical stuff, which is really, really like high glitz, high fashion, but like to the nth degree because in order to be for the people to see it in the audience, the costumes are normally like beaded to death and hand dyed and hand sewn or reused for like so many years and centuries, and like families donate to the theater for certain time periods. So you'll have these really, really old dresses, and you have to figure out like sometimes certain silks after so many years old it rots pretty much, it disintegrates. So you have to know how to go back in and patch that area without messing up the whole dress, and without um, getting any of the oils on your hands. Like I've learned so many different things, and I really love that part about being a designer. But the thing that I truly love is designing my own clothes. I designed this a few years ago for school, and at the time I couldn't wear it. I couldn't get into it. It didn't fit, and I designed it, and I was like, I couldn't. I stopped working on it because I couldn't see myself, and I couldn't see the person who I was designing it for. Like that was major. I always said I wanted to design for this person and that person, but really when I'm sitting down designing something in the moment that I'm sketching, I didn't have an ideal person in mind, and I felt like I was just designing, and people weren't seeing it or loving it or respected. And then today, I looked at the pieces. Like every designer that I can know, especially me, I have pieces that are in different stages. Like I'll wake up and work on different pieces. Like I'll work on maybe an order or something that I'm working on towards my own something. So there's always something that I'm working on. And I saw this dress, and I had thought about all the reasons why I was going to quit designing, and I was just going to get a 9 to 5. And then earlier I heard Coach Danielle, and she really spoke to me. She was just like, leap, just leap. Like you have so many things, we hold so many things in us. Um, at this point, like I'm really going through my own closet, and I'm really having to reorganize my own brand. So as like that's really been my theme as of lately, like mindset, exercising, water, watch what we're around, create the thing, like put out the thing that we love. Like so many people sit on their dreams, sit on their passion, sit on the thing that makes them like wake up in the morning, because we're afraid. And I've been afraid for so long, and then today it was like fear is a luxury. Like hashtag fear is a luxury. And when I heard that just spoke to everything in me, because I remember talking to another entrepreneur, and they were launching, and I'll do interviews, and she said, why aren't you launching your fashion line? And I came up with a whole bunch of reasons. Oh, I don't have enough money because I think I have to have a certain amount to launch a fashion line, but I have about 10 pieces that are sitting right here that are almost finished. They probably might need a quick fitting, or they might need a hem. I have about 10 pieces, but I haven't shown anyone. So, I would say like, oh, I don't have the money to do it, but I wasn't using what was in my hands, and I was getting frustrated because I wasn't leveling up how I felt like I should, but I was wanting to manifest, like $3,000 a month, or $12,000 a month, or even $50,000 a month. Like I was wanting to manifest these different numbers, and it would always be, my efforts would always be erratic and scattered. Like if everything is scattered, you can't find it, and you can't put your hand on what it is that you're actually offering. So people will come to me for free stuff, but when it came time for something that was real, it was like even the energy that I put in around building that, it would be fear. And I don't want to build courses where people are afraid to take them, or because in the energy that I created the course in was fear. So this was a reminder for me that fear is one, a lie, because I started this and I couldn't sew anything. And now this dress pretty much fits how it's supposed to fit. I need to open up the neckline, so I know I need to make this, and I may just repattern this and work on it that way, because now that the weight and stuff has actually gone, like the back has some spots that I need to either adjust through a dart, or so if you're having pieces, when you are, this will be a tip, if you're when after you lose weight and you're wanting pieces to fit you, um most of this can be taken in or tailored, so to speak. Like this, oh, cool. So this, most of your looks can be tailored. Like all of this is fit issue. And this is because like this was a lot bigger and I lost a lot of weight. So when people gain and lose weight, those inches and centimeters, those things like that, that matters, because at one point this was like laying down, and now I'm going to have to create another dart or something so that this isn't this piece. So this is really cool. This gives me something that I created on my own, out of my imagination, something that I can work on. So I don't know how long it's going to take, but it will take time. Like I can see the fit. when you see dresses and things like that, and you can see when you're wearing clothes and you want to see what the fit is going to be like, wear it with your things that you're actually have in mind that you're going to wear it with. So if you're going to wear a waist cincher or something like that, when you're trying on clothes, wear those things when you're going to try clothes on, because then that will give you a more accurate an accurate view of how the clothes are going to look on you. If you're someone who doesn't like to wear waist cinchers and you want to just be free and natural, then you can still dress well, but we have to tweak a few things so that it fits how it's supposed to. Like, this isn't how it's supposed to fit, and I wanted to show you on something that I actually created. So there's always work. There's always work. The work is plenty, but the laborers are few. Sometimes it does get very trying to actually put out something. Also, if you have a short torso, turtlenecks, this is like a perfect example right here, and I'm glad I'm looking at it so I can see. But if you have a short neck, this is the reason why turtlenecks not aren't necessarily for you. You would do better with a crew neck. If you have a short torso and a short neck, and then you wear something that is really, really long, it makes you look like you're a floating head, kind of like this. Like, it looks like I have absolutely no neck. So I would definitely have to let this out. But when you're sewing, and fashion is my true, like, my baby. I was designing for everyone else. Like, at first I didn't know whether I wanted to just make church lady suits. And I was like, that's not fun for me. Like, and I have clients who just would love for me to just make them church lady suits and hats, but that wasn't something I was passionate about. I didn't spend I didn't spend my years, my time and energy going to school just to make church lady suits. But if it but then, if bills and shit get tight, guess what I'm gonna be making? Church lady suits, because I know that those will pay the bills. So I had to figure out something that I was really passionate about, and which is like getting dressed. Like, I love getting dressed and having my own look. Like, would definitely be so me, because I love how black and white looks, and I love that pop of color, and I love there's everything I do is just a little bit. It didn't make sense unless it was 100% me. So that's what I'm giving 100% moving forward. You can't be afraid to leap. You can't be afraid of what could happen if you're standing still. And the thing that you're fearing, or the thing that I was fearing most, was failure. But if I wasn't walking this thing out, like, it does no difference. It makes no difference. If I had 50 notebooks of things that I could do and try and ways to make money, there's always going to be ways to make money. I could go outside right now and say I want a job, and I can make $100. If I want to accrue $2,000 a day, then I can go and work for a company called TXU and knock on people's doors and sign them up for the best electricity in the nation, and say how much I'm saving them. And I still have to practice, and I still have to go out there and still put my foots to the pavement and walk it out, and still go after it every day. So what's the difference between that and me sitting down and sewing my own designs every day? There isn't one. But it was more comfortable to go and work for someone else. It was more comfortable for someone else to have to tell me exactly what I have to do at 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock, and I got to be in at this time and get out at this time and come back at that time, and this is what I could wear. And now I have 100% free and total control over what I do with my brand and my business. If I get up and never sew nothing, that's exactly, and I say I'm a fashion design brand, and I'm not sewing nothing. So even if I'm not even working on fixing none of this, and it's just sitting in my closet, what good is that? That does no good, because my biggest fear is being hungry, homeless, and my children being have to go to someone else because I didn't get my shit together enough to support them, me and their dad. But guess what? If push comes to shove, if dad don't even do right, guess what? I'm gonna still keep pushing, because those girls, they deserve a better life than what I had growing up. That's my why. My children deserve to have the best of whatever the hell they want. They ask for the craziest stuff, and I give it to them just because they work for it. I make sure they work for it. They work for it, and they do. They willing to work for it. They put in some effort, and listen, they got whatever they want. So I'm here to show them, and they see me working on like different pieces, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. If I open this up, then I can tuck this down and make this really cool, and they see me working. But here's the thing: somewhere in there, I got stuck on a system of working for someone else and expecting it to work in the same manner as me working for myself. Like, working for someone else, you know exactly what time you got to be there. You know exactly how many hours you're going to work. You know exactly when you're supposed to take your break. You know exactly who you're going to see day in and day out. You're doing the same thing. You might get a promotion after 6 months, but your promotion and your raise after 6 months after doing this job, or your feet are busted, you tired, you're not making the money that you want. Taxes are like, it's the same thing. Starting this for myself and working through my own designs for myself and like pinning and trying to figure out what colors work for myself. My brand represents me. I am my brand. I am Jaded Kisses. So when I think about how I want to dress during the day, I want colors. I want some things that are loose and flowy. I want to make sure that, my guts not hanging out. And I want to make sure I'm fully covered, but I still want to be fly and jazzy. Like, these are my goals. And with my brand, I do exactly that. And it's like, man, I used to think it was so far fetched when people would say, you are your brand, you are your brand, you are your brand. And then I started teaching classes like, okay, the same concepts I was teaching my friends when I was like 6 and 7. Oh, put this together. Oh, these colors look cool together. And then I got a little bit more knowledge, and I started dressing more people, and I started dressing myself, because people will always come and say, hey, where you get that? Hey, what color is that? What you do to your hair? Where'd you, like, that was always, so I always knew that something about that I can make money from. Like, no matter what I did, whether I chose to braid, do locks, sew, dye clothes, whatever I wanted to do, make soap, whatever I wanted to do. I've had a million jobs, but the reason why those jobs were just jobs and not the thing that I love was because I didn't love it. Like, who wants to just go through and just do button pushing, button pushing, button pushing, or write paper pushing all day long? Who wants to do paper pushing? Like, that was never my goal. Hey, fashion. Oh, I have a great idea for you, too. I have a boutique here in New Orleans that you should check out because it's right up your alley. It's vintage. She's real cool, and like she's all about having parties and stuff. Yeah, I thought about you today. So, um, basically, I'm just telling you like my fashion design line. I'm launching. I have to stop being afraid. So this dress I created like a couple years ago, and I'm trying it on now after I've like lost a few pounds and everything, and I'm like, okay, showing how when you buy dresses, it matters about how you fit it, and like this I wouldn't have to change, but this I would, like with losing different weight, and like this is actual body. Oh, I will send you my links and stuff. So I have a closet of clothes that I made. I'm a fashion designer, and after losing weight, like I said, I've been every size from newbie to 22. So now I'm a comfortable 2 4 ish, extra small, and clothes are fitting me differently. So these are the issues that I'm experiencing the most as a consumer, but these are also the issues that I was experiencing as a stylist helping other women get dressed. So for fit, if something is baggy, you can control that with either cut and slashing and adjusting and manipulating that into like pleats, tucks, darts, or things like that, or you can do style lines and darts. So you can manipulate it into like pleats and things, or you can do darts, but something to take in the excess. And I keep pulling at this because it's gonna drive me crazy. But it's small things that you have to do. So we see that this is like I could wear this, but I'm not going to be comfortable in it. So that's a great project for me to start with my leap and making sure I actually put foot and putting foot to fire to finish the things that I've started and to put out things that I'm actually working on, because if no one knows that I'm a designer, no one's going to hire me to design. So I'm putting out different things and different looks that I'm playing with, and like different pieces, just really different pieces that I'm really working on. And I'll be in Atlanta working. Oh, thank you. I'll be in Atlanta styling, and actually, like, I'm supposed to be doing like truly my family reunion, but I'm not about to go to Atlanta and not pick up. Like, I know that I have clients there, so I'm gonna actually meet with them, and I think I'm gonna do a meet and greet and a class, and with that class, we'll be going through Atlanta and shopping. Like, I can't go to Atlanta and not shop, so if you're in Atlanta and you want to hang out and want to see like style tips and what works for you, let me know. Like, definitely heart it up, share it up, because I do this for me, but I am so my brand. Yes, like I am so my brand. How I dress is actually how I design clothes. Like this is actually I designed this a few years ago, and I stopped because I couldn't see who I was designing for, so to speak. Like who I was designing for didn't like I would have a person like I wanted to design for Erica Badu, and at one point I wanted to do like a lot of Erica Badu things, but that was not profitable in my mind for me because how many people want to dress like Erica Badu and go and do like 6 and 7 figure business that didn't match? Like I want the ladies that's really trying to go and get their coin, but they want to wear like unique pieces. Like after this is done, oh cool, I would. I'm all about flying. I figured out like my little ways to get around for cheap. Yeah, I have this budget for flying, and I'm like, okay, I'm not paying $500 for a ticket, but I can get everywhere across pretty much East Coast, West Coast, up north for under $500. And if I'm really risky, I'll do a bid on Priceline, and then if I'll play with it and see if I might want to catch a like a standby flight. But even if you do a bid on Priceline for like $25, I've done that for like a lot of trips where I would actually go and teach, and I would pay $25 for a flight because I would fly standby. But I've only had to. No, I don't think I've ever. Let me take that back. I did it for my dad's funeral, and then I did it again when I was going home, and I also got like a rental car and everything for $25. And they was like, "How did you get your ticket so low?" I bid. That was what I bid. I really needed to go home. I put it out there, and I was like, "I need this ticket to go through." It did. So I traveled from Houston, Texas to Jackson, Mississippi, got a rental car, and drove 3 hours to West Point, Mississippi. Kept the car for like a week and some change, and I spent $25. So I need to keep my coins in my business. I can't keep afford to giving my coins to everybody else. Like I need my brand. It's time for me to grow. I feel it. I have that whole I'm being pushed out of the nest feeling. Yeah, everything about my life right now is telling me it's time for me to grow. Everything is telling me that it's time for me to grow. I have so many ideas and so many ways that I can help, and been wanting to help women entrepreneurs. And it's like, if I'm not launching the thing that I want to launch, how I want to launch it, then it does me no good to sit up hours and hours and have these anxiety attacks and taking these classes and still learning about marketing and making sure I keep up with style trips and keeping clients and none of that matters to me if I'm doing it and no one is getting value. Like, but I know that people are getting value because people keep coming back asking, when are you going to come here? When are you going to do this? So I'm doing that, and I'm really wanting to actually share that. Like, people kept asking, when was I going to come to Atlanta? So now I'm actually coming to Atlanta. I know I'm coming to Atlanta because I've already promised my aunt. Like, if I hadn't promised my aunt, I probably wouldn't have came. I'm honestly like, she was the reason I'm coming to Atlanta. So I'll be in the Kennesaw area, Atlanta, and I know I want to go to this spa called Jeju. This spa called Jeju, I've been like stalking this spa. It has like crystals and like full body massages, and like it's real dope. So the trip is July 29th through the 31st. So I'll be there 3 days in Atlanta, and I'll be like, whoever wants to meet up, I'm meeting up with them. And I'm like, if you want your style and stuff together, you want something custom made or whatever it is that you're wanting, that you've been asking me for within the last 12 months of me coming to Atlanta, whatever it is, get whatever you need to get. I'm gonna be there for 3 days, 1, 2, and 3. On Sunday, I'm leaving, and then I'll probably be going to Houston. I need to go to Houston anyway to like meet up with some of my friends and stuff. So I'm like, while I'm there, I'll be doing workshops and I'll be doing virtual webinars and things like that. So yes, I truly feel like I'm being pushed out the nest for years. I've been sewing for like 6, 7 years, and I've been styling, apparently according to my sister, all my life. So um, now it's really about execution. I've had clothes in my closet for 7 years, just like this, that only needed like a arm. Like I just needed to close the seam, do a couple tucks, and fit. I know how to do all of that. I was just like, I'm afraid because somebody might not like it. And then I tried it on today, and I'm like, hmm, I got maybe 3 tucks I want to put in this dress, but I know how to make it from start to finish. So that's valuable when I'm saying that people need help with their clothes. I have an actual background of making, creating, fitting, readjusting clothes for people on a daily basis. So when I'm saying that I'm a stylist, it's not just I came out of nowhere and started putting clothes together. I've been doing it because the reason why I became a fashion designer was because I hate how clothes fit. Like I hated that I had a booty, and when I tried my jeans on, everybody saw my underwear unless I had my belt in my pants, and it was all scrunched up, and that's not cute. That wasn't cute. So, and then there wasn't a lot of brands that I like wearing. Like I wore everything from Dada to Fat Farm. I wore Baby Fat. Baby Fat was my jam. I wore a couple Apple Bottoms. I also wore Chloe. I also wore Chanel. Like I wear a lot of different things. I also wore Jimmy Choo. And like this whole thing about high low fashion, they act like it's a new thing. People been doing it. You wear what you can afford. Women can take $30 and go and find a dress or a pair of pants, but when you're spending $30 and you expected to spend $30 on your clothes, and you're a brand and you're an entrepreneur, you look like $30 and you ask them for 600,000. Like it's not about the money that you're spending, it's the mentality. Let me help you. I have a lot of people who are my 6 figure clients, right? A lot of my 6 figure clients, they shop at Target, Forever 21, but their shoe game comes from Louboutin, come from their bags and stuff, come from all these other places. So, but when you see them, oh my God, she looks so good. She looks so good. Oh my God, I want all her bag and stuff. And you thinking that she's shopping at Sex because she got her shoes at Sex. No, her shoes came from Sex. Her clothes came from Walmart, Target, Charlotte Russe, Forever 21, ASOS. Shall I keep naming? Like these are the places that you spend your money where you get the most value. If you're trying to get t-shirts and you know that you spend t-shirts on the regular, like if you know that you buy t-shirts in 2 days, it got peels and it look like it's beat up, stop buying those. That's a waste of money. Now, if you know if you can get a decent t-shirt for $2 at Forever 21, you buy 10 of those in white, cream, navy. You buy in the colors that you need. So when you're wearing camis and blazers, you don't have to like be so uncomfortable in your clothes because you're trying to look like everybody else and you wearing what they're wearing. It's not made for your body type, so you uncomfortable and you stuffed in these clothes because you want to look like somebody else who's smaller than you, has a different body shape, and has a different budget. But you trying to keep up with everybody else. It's not about that. I'm about teaching you how to get your bread and look your best. So when your brand is you want high end interior design, but you don't want to spend $7,000 a year, okay, cool, that's fine. But get in mind that you can't wear what everybody else is wearing. And if you have a Target budget, let's run Target. You can spend $500 every twice a year in Target and come out smelling like a rose. That's your swimsuits. That's your pregnancy wear. That's your workout stuff. That's your stuff where you go and chill with the girls. Target got everything. But people say they can't afford a stylist. It's not about paying somebody to put you in clothes that you're not going to wear. It's about spending what budget you do have, because every woman I can think of, whether they're rich, poor, welfare, food stamp recipient, driving a Jag or Benz, have at least $1,000 that they spend in their closet every year for clothes across the board. So saying that you don't have a budget for a stylist is lies and garbage. So let's get it together now. There are some things that I need help with. Like I need help with organizing my time because I want to help the world, save the world, heal the world, but the world wasn't paying them bills. So I'm be like, okay, let's get these coins because I'm somebody tripping, and I can't eat promises. Can't do it. So people was like, well, you're a designer, but we never see your stuff. Okay, so for anyone who is looking for my stuff, a lot of my designs are on Pinterest at Jaded Kisses 1, on Instagram at Jaded Kisses 11 or Jaded Kisses 1, Twitter I'm at Jaded Kisses 11. Right, lies, lies, lies. Like all you have to type in Jaded Kisses, and I normally pop up on the first search page of Google. That's everything I've done, from hanging out with Victoria Osteen to working with Women's CEO Project, and being the intern for like Missy Styles and Janice Greggs and Janice Gregg Couture. Like, I don't feel like I have to name drop. Like, who cares who I worked with 5, 6, 7 years ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 days ago? When you finish knowing who I work for, are you purchasing something that came from something from me? Are you purchasing more of what I'm showing you? Like, I didn't come into life with a silver spoon. I came into life. My father and mother told me very early, "Oh no, you got to work. Mm-mm. Whether they had money or not, you still got to work." So I spent my days working myself into exhaustion. I spent my days working myself into oblivion, to anxiety attacks, and all kinds of stuff. And where I wasn't, like, everybody has their vice. My vice was working. Like, I didn't really smoke, I didn't really drink, I didn't really party. My thing was working. Like, as long as if I didn't have my hands in about 50 things, trust, it was like I didn't know what to do with myself. So I was like, I was a massage therapist. I did admin. I did executive admin. I did personal assisting. I I've had a few jobs. Did military. I did doula. Like, I did all these things, and then I finally had to say, I'm like, what is it that you want to do? I'm an artist, so doing anything that's like a regular 9 to 5 was never gonna work for me. So I started designing my own clothes. I started helping people with fit, and that gave me something like that. Something, when I say I believe in people, and I believe in that you can look however you want and go and collect your coin. If Gary Vaynerchuk can make like buku millions, and he wear a pair of Nikes, a pair of beat up jeans, and a hat that's like but he's brilliant in his approach. He's brilliant in his strategy. So it's more than what you put on your back. It's how you feel. What are you telling yourself? So I help with all of that. I feel like when I tell people that, hey, it's not about me saying I've only been in business for, because before I put my name on something, I was still working. I was still going to school and for marketing and different medical classes. Like, all the things that I was interested in, I was still learning those things. So it bothered me when I see someone who needs scrubs and the ones that fit at Walmart don't fit them, but they don't know that they can go to someone that's like right around the corner and say, hey, I have $20 in some fabric. Can you make me a pair of scrubs that fit me? It's the same process, regardless of whether you're working with men, women, children. It's the process. Hey, I have a need. My need is I have a small waist and wide hips. So the difference between my waist and my hips, it leaves my pants open. Or hey, there's a difference between my upper bust and my top rib cage. And when I put my shirts on, they always have me exposed. Like, these are the needs that I was feeling. I come to you, but when it's this, me just giving information, oh, this is all day. I can give this all day. But when you're wanting me to come to you and give you information, that is where we have to talk about, let's do what's best for everyone. There are some people who choose to do it themselves. And in doing it yourselves, if you could have done A1 impeccable style on your own, you would have. If you could have sewn something that you wanted, a custom design, that you would have. So there's a point in a place where we hire people to help us, and I am the best person for my brand. I help other entrepreneurs, and I help I consult and do all different things. But it all boiled down for me was, am I the best person to represent my brand and how I go out every day? Am I the person that is best for my brand? It should be, if that's my brand. When we get so caught up in presenting everything else about our brand, except for how we dress, we forget several things. We automatically dress how according to how we feel on a day-to-day basis. So if you look good, you feel good, regardless of how you choose to dress. Whether you're wearing corporate suits, whether you're wearing bohemian wear, whether you're wearing like dark emo clothes, there's a place and style for everyone. There's so many different genres and categories of clothing that you could wear, and it will represent your brand. You could still look polished and look pulled together. So I'll be that truly is the announcement. I'll be launching every week, launching something, whether it's tips to help you through your day or classes to help you really, really dig in and put out the brand that you want to be. Be a representation of the brand that you want people to see when they see you and they see that your name is on something. What does that mean? Does that represent quality to them? Does that represent something, a feeling that they want to feel, or is it something that needs some work? We all need work. So hire the people who can help you. If you need a business coach, hire a business coach. If you need a speaking coach, hire a speaking coach. If you need to finance someone, help you with finance, hire those people, because they're going to help you move that much faster in the direction that you're needing. You're needing a team of people. Until next time, guys, this is Jada Kisses. Later.